Hi, I'm Ron Montez, and this is International Latin Technique 1 video for you. This is presented by Dance Vision USA. Hi, welcome to International Technique 1. What I'd like to do in this video is give you some very, very important elements to help you to become a better Latin dancer. We have 6 basic areas of the body that I would like you to work on, and they are the head, the shoulders, the rib cage, the hips, the knees, and the feet and ankles. And what I'd like to do is give you some simple exercises that you can do to help strengthen and increase your awareness of these crucial parts of the body that if you can move in control and you can dance it with music, move them to music, then you'll become a much better Latin dancer. A lot of times on our lessons, we spend time learning steps and routines, new patterns and variations, and we don't have time to really develop your body and a body awareness and a flexibility and sometimes a strength where it may be sorely needed. And that's up to you as an individual to develop if you really do want to become a better dancer. So what I'd like to do is take a few minutes at the first part of this video and work on these sections of the body from the head down to the ankles, some simple exercises. So will you join me, please, as we do this? First of all, feet apart, get a nice balanced position, and we'll work on loosening up your head and your shoulders a little bit. So can you take your head forward and all the way back, and forward and all the way back, and forward and all the way back. During all these exercises, try to keep a tone, and this includes dance as well, a tone in the center of your body, down in the lower tummy, more or less where your legs meet your body. That's where I feel the ball of energy is that controls everything in your dancing. If you think of that as a ball of energy and it extends outwards to your limbs, slightly decreasing in tone, then I think it'll be very useful for you. Because if you take that ball of energy and you try to match it in your arms and legs, you'll become too stiff and you won't be able to have the suppleness that we need. So back to the head again. We're going to keep the tone in that center body, keep our body straight with the hips underneath, not tucked upwards, not arched, but directly underneath as much as possible. The head and neck erect so we have one line running through our body. Okay, back to our exercise now with the head going back, stretching it forward, and back, and forward. Look from side to side. Try to get a good range of motion throughout. Hold it for a little bit on each side, like so. Take your ear and put it on each shoulder, nice and slow. There's no rush in any of this, just to develop an awareness. Remember, keep the shoulders down. Don't let the shoulders become up during these exercises. Okay, from side to side, putting one ear to the shoulder, putting your right ear to the shoulder, and so forth. Okay, now we're going to try going in a circle, clockwise, rolling it very slowly, making it even. Change the circle and roll it in the other direction, and repeat to the other way. Another thing we can do also is to extend our chin and neck forward and to tuck it way back. Extend very much forward and to tuck it way back. Extend forward with the chin and tuck it way back. Pulling the neck back into your shirt or your collar also gives you the feeling of an erect posture that you need for ballroom dancing. So filling out the back of the neck into your shirt collar is a good thing to think about. Okay, let's move to the shoulders now, and I'd like you to take your shoulders, one of them first, it could be either one. Let's take your right shoulder and roll it in a full circle, full range of motion, all the way down, all the way forward, all the way up, and all the way back. And make sure while you're doing this that the other shoulder is quiet. Pretend you have a glass of water sitting on this other shoulder and you're only working one. It's nice and flat and you're not doing anything like this that would spill the water. Now let's try the other shoulder. One shoulder working, full range of motion, way up, way back, way down, and forward. Now let's work both shoulders in that same manner. Forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, and continue. Let's change direction, starting up and go forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back. Let's take both shoulders forward, both shoulders back, both shoulders forward, both shoulders back. Now, try to do this concentrating on the shoulders and not just do the elbows. The elbows will move, but try to do mostly shoulders. So we're working in this part of the body between our shoulder blades, and we're kind of squeezing the front and squeezing the back, stretching the back and stretching the front. Forward, back, forward, back. And that's not a contraction in the mid-center body yet. We're dealing with the shoulders now. Okay, now we should be able, when we get to these sections of the body, shoulders, rib cage, and hips, and even the knees, express a rhythm of the dance we're trying to learn. And it helps us to become a better dancer and aware of that particular rhythm. For instance, if it's rumba, we can develop the timing as follows. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Forward and back. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. One shoulder. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. The other shoulder. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I'll keep referring back to this because if you play music while you're exercising at home or sometimes in your car or while you're waiting for a lesson, you're sitting and the other lessons are going on, the music is still playing, you can use that music to your advantage and listen to it and help increase your body awareness. Okay, let's move on now to the rib cage section, and I'd like you to do this with your feet apart and put your hands on your legs or your hips and keep that area still and quiet as you move your rib cage side to side. For those of you that have difficulty doing this and isolating it, and I teach a lot of classes, and I find that a lot of times we have people that can't isolate this part of their body, and they kind of just move everything. I'll show you a way to make better use of that and to really isolate it in one moment. But for now, try your best, go side to side, and stretch it out as much as you can. Okay, now let's take an arch position. Put your rib cage forward, project it forward as you hollow out your back, and your hips go back slightly, so we have what's called an arch. Now, pretend we have a string running through the middle of our body here, about where your stomach is, and we pull the string, someone pulls the string forward and back, so you're arching and contracting as if this imaginary string were being pulled forward and back. So again, rib cage forward, arching your back, pull in your stomach, round out your back slightly, arch, contract, arch, contract. As you do that, try to take your weight to the balls of your feet, and then a little bit of the weight shift back to the heels, to the balls of your feet, and then back to your heels, to the balls of your feet, and back to the heels. So you actually have a weight shift while this is happening. So we'll do it again. Arch, contract, arch, contract. Now let's do it extra slowly. Arch, 2, 3, 4, contract, 2, 3, 4. Arch, 2, 3, 4, contract, 2, 3, 4. Now if you want to think of it, just think of your belly button as a third eye. We have two eyes here, we have our third eye here. This eye can be open, stretched open as in an arch, or it can be closed as we do when we will contract. So we have an open and a closed eye. An open and a closed eye. Now this can be very effective in dances such as samba because the contraction is used a lot in this part of the body. But we use it in every dance. As we do this, remember, arching and contracting is not the shoulders hunching. It's from as low as you can get it, arch, contract, arch, contract, arch, contract. And again, referring back to the music, if we play rumba, for instance, we should be able to express the rumba music with this part of the body. And what I'll do now is play a little bit of rumba music and show you how this can be done with the rib cage part. So listen to this rumba rhythm and then express your rumba through the rib cage, like so. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Arch. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Circle it now. Forward, clockwise. Change it. 2, 3, 4, 1. Use the rhythm. Try it. Try to do it to music because you can control where your body is at any particular time with the music. Say the 2 beat forward. 2, 3, 4, 1. Forward. 2, 3, 4, 1. Say forward. 2, 3. Other direction. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3. Good, thank you. Now I mentioned that some people have difficulty isolating this part of the body, and I think it's very important to have an awareness and be able to use any part of the body, have control over it to become a better dancer. For those of you that have a little bit of that problem, it's very easy. All you have to do is take a chair. When you're sitting and waiting for your lesson, in your driver's seat, at home, watching television, many different times you can use it. Sit in a chair, sit erectly, put your hands on the side of the chair or on the side of your legs, it doesn't matter. And this anchors the hips level, and you're not going to use the hips as you do the side-to-side action. It also will develop tone in your arms because you can use them with a little bit of tone against the chair and help you to move side to side. Arching, contracting as well. You can put the hands in front, pull on the fingertips to help shift your weight back, release, put the small of your back right back into the chair, pull with your fingertips to arch, and I'll turn the chair sideways so you can see better what's happening there. Sitting erectly in the chair, fingertips on your knees, pull and arch forward, contract way back to the chair, pull with your fingertips and arch forward, contract way back to the chair, the side-to-side one, remember? Anchoring your hips to the chair, the circle, which you can help guide with your fingertips, either on your legs or to the chair, and in a circle the other way. Now remember, we can do this to the music, so I'll ask for the music one more time, and we can use rumba rhythm with the rib cage exercises, and it'll go like this. From side to side, forward and back, arching and contracting, or in the rotation circles, clockwise or counterclockwise. So rumba rhythm, we can go 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And sit. So here we go. Let's do side to side. Get ready. Stand tall. Sit tall, I should say. Side to side. And 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Arch and contract. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sideways, you can see it better. 4, 1. Arch and contract. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Circle now. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now change it so that the 2 beat or the 1 beat, whatever one you choose, is at a specific location. Say to the left is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now let's move the 1 to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now to the right side. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now to the back. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And so forth all the way around. So the reason for the chair, of course, is you may be tired. You may be in a position where you can't stand up and exercise. You can't stand up on the dance floor and do your dance steps. It may be too crowded. maybe you're a little bit shy, maybe it's not time for your lesson, you could be home and your feet hurt. But this is a very, very useful tool for you to use to develop this part of the body. Let's move on now and work on another section, and that is the hips. You might think that this is probably the most important area as far as Latin dancing is concerned, but I feel that all the others are just as important because we must dance with our whole body. Using just the hips gives a bad impression, and it really doesn't look good as far as developing strong dance technique is concerned. So let's try working with the hips now. We're going to take feet more or less together with the heels, bend the knees and keep them even so that we're not doing an opposition hip action. Keep the knees down. And what I'd like you to do is move the hips from left to right, just like we did with the rib cage. Not using opposition knees, keeping the knees down so we're not having to worry about that action. Keep down in your legs. Good. Side to side. Now, I'd like you to tuck your hips upwards by using the wink a little bit and tuck upwards as far as you can, taking the crease out of your trousers. So if you're wearing pants or a dress or something, you always have a crease where you sit down, where your pants fold, or your dress folds, whatever you're wearing. But what we try to do when we take out that crease by bringing that part forward and upwards so it's flat. Then we make the crease by taking our hips back, and we have forward and back and forward and back. And that also helps develop a little bit of looseness in the hips. So we have the same directions that we used in the rib cage. Side to side, forward and back like an arch and contract, only lower. And we have a circle like we did in the rib cage, and a circle the other way, mainly with the hips, keeping the knees bent. Again, we can do that to the music as well. Okay, we're working our way down the body, and if you take a few minutes and do this every now and then, before your lesson, or at times you're not able to stand up and dance, or even a little too tired to, it will become very beneficial to you. Returning back to the chair again for some exercises for your knees and your feet. We talk about, in ballroom dancing particularly, I'm referring to Latin dancing in this tape, we talk about the use of the foot. We talk about a flat foot, we talk about ball of the foot, we talk about inside edge, and we talk about inside edge of the ball of the foot. All very technical, but they're written in the books, and we need to know what they're referring to. So say you put one foot forward, totally flat, and you lift up the heel as high as you can, keeping everything pretty straight. So we're going from a flat foot to the ball of the foot. Now what I'd like you to do is take the knee inwards. And what that does is that takes your weight to the inside edge of the ball of the foot. So we have inside edge by moving the knee inwards. Move it straight, we have ball of the foot centered, and we lower down flat heel. This is used over and over in our Latin footwork. Flat, ball, inside edge of ball. Very, very important. So if you can just identify those parts of your foot by keeping your legs straight, lifting your heel as high as you can, turning the knee inwards, that takes you to inside edge of ball of foot. Sometimes we use the outside edge, but not very often, not in Latin dancing anyway. And sometimes when this happens, we lose our balance and fall over. So think, legs straight, heel up as high as you can, inside edge, and there you have the footwork. So you have flat, ball, inside edge, IEBF, inside edge of ball of foot, which is written in all the technique books, right? Another way to identify the use of the foot and to become aware of it is to do it in a simple method like this. Very repetitive, very simple, but really effective as far as feet are concerned. Start with your feet apart, and let's transfer our weight totally to one side as we stretch and point the other foot and the ankle. Totally stretch it. Now let's return to the other foot. Stretch and point that foot totally and completely as far as we can. Okay, now let's just think about what we're doing. What we're doing is we have a stretched foot. We put the inside edge to the floor. We put the ball to the floor, and we put the heel down, which makes it flat. The other foot, lifting up, we lift up the heel first, and then we lift up the outside edge, and then that takes us to the inside edge. So we'll keep repeating this releasing and placing of the foot to the floor. When we place the foot, we place the inside edge, we roll to the ball, and then we go flat. When we pick up the foot, we reverse that procedure, and we pick up the heel, and then we take the inside edge, and so forth. So if we're doing a basic step in rumba, for instance, and we start with our feet flat, we must transfer weight first. This is flat at the moment. We transfer weight, heel comes up, stretch the foot a little bit, and you have inside edge of ball of the foot. Break the knee, and you can progress. Put the foot down in its position that you want it to go to, and it goes inside edge, to ball, to flat. Picking the foot up wherever it may be. It's, for instance, if it's to the side, picking your right foot up, you pick up the heel first, and then you take the outside edge off the floor, and then the inside edge is in contact, which you stroke the floor to take to the next step. So what we'll do is a basic rumba pattern. I'll do it facing all different angles so you can see. Basic rumba, which is 4-1, 2 and 3 and 4-1, 2 and 3 and 4-1. And all we're doing is repeating what I just said. Pick up the heel, pick up the outside edge, bend the knee and stroke the floor, position it. Position it inside edge, ball of foot, lower the heel. When we move it to the side, we pick up the heel, we go to the inside edge, the knee bends, and we stroke it and move it. And that continually happens with every step we take. We never really lose the floor because it's our best friend and we want to keep it working for us. That's why that non-supporting foot is used so much. As we move across the floor, it's always inside edge, tracking and stroking, and so forth. One reason we appreciate good dance floors so much is that they allow us to use our feet in this proper manner. When there's a bad floor that has bumps in it or is too slippery or too sticky, then we're really aware of it if we're using our feet. If not, it really doesn't matter. So this is very important. Stroking of the floor with the foot that moves. On a forward walk international rumba, for instance, if the foot starts back, what we're doing is stroking the floor. If the knee bends, it comes under, and it goes forward flat. The back foot comes, stroking the floor of the ball of the foot with the knee bent, and the foot goes flat with the knee straight, and we keep moving, stroking the floor, always with the free foot. It keeps us in good balance. Especially ladies, you have a tremendous responsibility as far as dancing is concerned. You're always spinning and turning one direction or another, and a lot is required of you. Hopefully you have a good partner that stops you and checks you in the right manner, but sometimes you don't. In any case, a lot is required of you, a lot of turning and checking and spinning. The use of this non-supporting foot is going to do it for you. It'll keep your balance. It'll really help, providing everything else is right. For instance, a thing that happens from the very beginning are swivels. Ladies do swivels all the time. One type of swivel or another. Now, if the foot that's swiveling on the floor is working correctly, the other one must also work correctly by stroking the floor and helping maintain the balance as you turn. If you have a step like a spiral, for instance, which is a fairly basic step, and the girl steps and does the spiral, the left foot, the free foot, will keep contact with the floor and help you balance. If you're doing a hip twist, say from a back basic, ladies, and you're stepping forward, you're going to twist, keeping contact with the floor, lower the heel and twist again, keeping contact with the floor as you walk out. You may have a spiral next. Left foot keeps contact with the floor. So we've talked about a lot of different areas of the body, and what I'd like to do now is take the music one more time and give you a kind of, as far as rumba is concerned, a different way of thinking about the timing. So if you listen to this rumba beat with me for a moment, we'll talk about the timing. Basically, we count this how? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, don't we? 4 beats to each bar of music. Now, in most Latin rumbas, there is an underlying accent doubling this count. If you all heard of the instrument, the maracas, which are like shakers, they will make an 8-count rhythm, and we can count the rumba like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so forth. Now, if you have a surface that is the drum or the percussive sound, and say you have a drumstick and you have a drum, and that is our beat. And there are 4 of them in rumba. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you imagine the top of that stroke, that is an accent on its own that good dancers use to a great extent. And we call it the and. We refer to it sometimes as the ya, but the proper word is the and. So you have like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This and, or the top stroke, separates us into those 8 counts. And if we can hear the rumba music again a little bit stronger, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, basic rhythm, underlying rhythm, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So listen with me. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now double it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make your drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Double it. Top stroke. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Now, if you can hear that and you can actually feel it, then you will know what to dance to in the music. If you're only dancing to the down ones, that's half the story. It's probably the major part of it, but as a beginner, moving up to intermediate, you want to be aware of the fullness of the music and how to express it as a dancer. So what I'd like you to do is take the rumba basic pattern and dance it with an 8-count rhythm, like so. 1, 2, we're holding. The forward basic will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. So we have the 8-count rhythm we're listening to. What does that do for us, actually? 2 very important things. 1, it gives us specific numbers to dance to. 2, it gives us a feeling of filling out the music longer instead of just standing. So the forward beat, the forward break on the rumba is the 2 beat, isn't it? But that really is, with the 8-count, 3, 4. So it becomes 3, therefore we must develop the 4. 5 is the replace, we must develop the 6. Now we have 7, 8, 1, 2, which is normally 4, 1, but now we're using our 8-count rhythm, so it becomes 7, 8, 1, 2. You're thinking of specific numbers, all should be active one way or another. Let's talk about only the forward basic. Turn sideways with me, and let's do the forward basic. Step forward for the count 3. Fully take your weight on it and soften the back knee and lower your right hip 4. So we have something to do for each of those counts. We have the step, which takes place on 3, 4, which is the dropping of the knee, and then we replace the back. For 5, finish the hip action. 6, stretching the leg out. Then we take a side step. 7, 8, 1, fully settle 2. And I know that may be hard to see, but you can really feel it if you give it a try, moving throughout all those counts. So we have so far, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, all the way down to back basic, 3, finish 4, 5, finish 6, 7, 8, 1, finish 2. So I hope that gives you an added tool to use to develop your rhythm. Now, if we could have the rumba again, we'll dance a little bit of the basic rumba using the 8-count rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the upbeat. 1, 2, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 6. Okay, very good. So I hope these things are making sense to you, because they are very important as far as developing your dancing is concerned. Moving to the cha-cha now, one of the most important things in this tape is being able to dance the rhythm of the music to these specific areas while moving these specific areas of the body. So we'll ask for a little cha-cha music now, and I want you to try moving the rib cage first, cha-cha rhythm. Very slow cha-cha now, feet apart, rib cage side to side cha-cha rhythm. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and stretch, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, arch and contract, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, circle, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, other circle, other way, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, hips, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, tuck, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, good. Now, what we're doing now is basic cha-cha rhythm, but you can always change the rhythm. In the cha-cha, say a basic figure, the 3 cha-cha-chas goes 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, doesn't it? So if we were to dance that with the music, it would be 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. And we can dance it with our hips, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. So what I'd like to do is ask for the cha-cha music again and dance the rib cage area and the hips going in opposition, cha-cha rhythm first. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, cha-cha, 1, 2, 3, cha-cha, 1. We're using both now, hips and rib cage. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, stop, 1. Good. All right, so we've been able to express the different body movements to the music, changing the rhythm at will, keeping in time, having an awareness of where we are at any particular time with that specific part of the body. Now, of course, this is more for an individual, for solo. It relates totally and completely to dancing to the music and a partner. For instance, if I did a rumba basic, I would be moving all the areas of the body, or somehow they would be used. So for instance, the body is very important because that leads the way, followed by the hip, followed by the foot action. In every rumba step and every cha-cha, we have body first, and hip follows second, foot travels third. Body, hip, foot action moving third. A good dancer will be using that cycle. At the very beginning, we may do something like this. Step, hip, step, step, hip, step, step. And we're just stepping and moving the hip right with it. And what we want to be able to do later is take the body and let the hip come over, slowly finishing the action, and then continue with it. So I hope this has been helpful to you. It's some very, very important details. In the next tape, Technique 2, I want to deal with some partnering skills and how to relate these actions to leading and following techniques with your partner. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope this is helpful to you. I know in all my experience as a professional that these are very, very important details for you to fully become aware of to develop your dancing to the best it can become. Thank you very much. Dance Vision USA has presented this to you, and I look forward to seeing you again.